Yo, what's up, guys? Happy Wednesday. Yes, I think it is Wednesday. Yes, it is July 29th. And today, well, we've got a couple of different things we're going to do today. Obviously, I'm going to wait until I start seeing people come in here. And that way there we can officially kick off. Whenever you're doing these lives, it's always a matter of making sure that all of the connections are being made, all of the channels are being notified, and all of that stuff. So you kind of got to wait here in the very beginning. But anyway, for anyone that's watching the replay, you'll probably see this immediately. Yeah, today. So what we're gonna do today is I was kind of up in the air, to be honest with you. I was going to do, and I still am going to be doing a landing page review. Okay. And if you guys are like, Scott, what the heck's a landing page? For the past couple of weeks, we've been going over email marketing, list building type discussions. And one of the critical pieces of building a list is having a good landing page. And this is actually what we're doing right now inside of Brand Creators Academy. We are in our first week of building out our full course, which is called Email Marketing Accelerator. And our BCA members right now are currently going through that. Week one is underway. It is going, and we're getting some really, really good feedback. But the three components in the very beginning is, well, number one, there's two components, really. The first part is list building. So that's the bigger chunk. The other chunk is the messaging and the promotions and what to send to the list and how to send to the list and how to write emails and all of that stuff. And we've been talking on here even. I even have done email reviews and critiquing and all of that stuff. So what I really want to mention here is there's really two parts to email marketing. There's the list building side. You got to build the list. And then the other side is the messaging, right? Well, right now we are focusing on the build of the list, right? And so the very first thing is a lead magnet. We've talked about that here. We'll continue to talk about it, but really it's like identifying what is a good lead magnet. What does it look like? And then from there, how do we get that more or less advertised on our landing page, right? We need a place to show off the lead magnet, right? And so that's the landing page. And then the other piece of that is then you need a follow-up that will deliver the actual download or the lead magnet, right? So those are like the main first things that we need to figure out. We've already done that inside of the training. But today what I'm going to be doing is two things. Number one, if you already have an email list, I am actually going to read to you an email I literally wrote this morning to maybe even you might have even received it. And the reason is because I want to share with you what email marketing looks like, how you can come up with a promotion out of thin air, basically, and something that I'm doing right now, actually, as we speak. And I literally had no intentions on doing this up until, when was it? Monday night. Monday night, I messaged Chris Schaefer and I said, hey, there's a big day coming up here Thursday. And I'm thinking I should probably do something special. It might be a time to do a little promotion. And so he said, yeah, it's a great idea. So that's what we're doing. Okay. So I'm going to share with you what that email looks like. So this way here, you can understand how that looks when you're in the promotion phase, right? But I closed Brand Creators Academy about 2 weeks ago now, and I haven't sent anything about it because we're closed, right? All I've been doing now is sending helpful, useful information. Okay. So when you're doing email marketing, you always need to be delivering goodwill. You have to be, okay? Or people are going to start ignoring you, okay? And not opening your emails. We don't want that. So I'm going to share with you guys that email. So stay tuned if you want to see even the thought process of when I was writing this email and what I'm doing in it, okay? And the other thing I'm going to do is I am going to be doing a landing page review for Karen. Karen's one of our BCA members, and I was going to do it internally, but I said, you know what, let me just use this one as an example for you guys. You guys can understand what this looks like, and then I'll give you some thoughts. Now, she's already kind of tweaked it from things that we've talked about in the past, but there are some things still that probably could be improved a little bit. All right. So we'll look at that so you guys can understand that. So with all that being said, I'm here. It is, what did I say? Wednesday, July 29th. Got my coffee, and I'm actually here in my house by myself. No one's here other than my two dogs. My wife actually went back to Virginia to visit my new granddaughter, and she's going to be there for about another week and a half. I'm going to be following up and going back, I think next Wednesday or Thursday. So anyway, I am here, and I am really just been busy, just getting stuff done. I'm like, you know what? Why not now, right? Like, family's not home, just me and the dogs. So now I'm really focusing on our email marketing accelerator course. I spent all day yesterday and the day before recording videos and getting them in the members portal. But anyway, with that all being said, let's see who's here today. Let's see who's in the comments. Let's see. Oh, Karen is in the house. That's good. Karen, I'm going to pull up your pages here shortly, and we're going to review those. Okay. Michael, what's up? Good morning to you as well. Salama, how you doing? Okay. Salama gave it away. Yes, tomorrow, the big day, Thursday. There's two things that are going to happen tomorrow. Number one, I'm going to turn 48 years old. Yes, it's my birthday. I'm going to be 48 years old. And I remember when I was younger, I'm saying like when I was 18, 20, I was like, man, someone that's 48, they're old. And I'm that guy. I am that guy that I used to say was old. So isn't it funny how your mind changes? But it's funny because I actually feel better now than I did when I was 30. I'm in better shape. I have a better, healthy outlook in what I eat and what I drink and all of that stuff. So, you know what? You can't look at age as a thing. You got to look at it as, how do you feel today? Right. But yes, it is my birthday tomorrow. And I have something special that's going to be happening also on that day. And that also leads into my promotion and how you can come up with something to promote. And not just because, right? There's got to be a reason. All right. And I'll share you with you what that looks like here in a minute. Atlanta in the house. What's up, Derek? What's up, Grace? How are you? Maurice, what's up? How are you doing? Lydia, good morning, sunshine. Hey, what's up, Lydia? How are you? All right, cool. So here's what we're going to do. If you guys have any questions on this, let me know. Because again, what I like to do on these coffee talks, I know it's a small group of us. I'm cool with that. But I like to give you guys like the inside scoop, right? Like there's nothing here that I think that we can't mention or we can't talk about, because I think if you're watching someone, if you're watching what I'm doing, in a sense, I'm marketing, right? All the time. Now, that doesn't mean that it doesn't come from my heart that I genuinely want to help people. I do, but there's always, that's part of the marketing, right? It's part of it is like, if you deliver goodwill, okay, then you will be rewarded, I believe, right? And actually, it was funny. We had someone in our academy yesterday, Karen, another Karen, who had basically undergo some pretty scary stuff, colon cancer, and she's totally clear now, and it's totally been removed, and everything is great. But she started her brand around a certain form of dieting to help in this category. And she said, since she's been doing that, it's just weird how things happen in a good way, that now she had someone reach out to her since she's been posting on this topic, and that thanked her because that person's going through something similar. And she was just kind of taken back a little bit by, wow, like I never thought that I would have the impact on someone else's life. And because she's been through something, she's sharing her story in her brand. And in a sense, she's helping that other person, and that will continue to grow. And she came in and she thanked myself and everyone in the academy because it really pushed her to do this. And now she is seeing the ripple effect, and we're seeing the ripple effect, right? Like someone came in, they joined Brand Creators Academy. They joined because they wanted to build their brand. But ultimately now they're starting to see that there's more to just building the brand. There's actually building a brand that can help other people. And that's the ripple effect. And that's what we really want for anyone is that ripple effect. So if I can help you start your brand and your brand is going to help someone, and I don't care if it's helping someone catch more bass, you're giving someone a result in life, or you're helping someone with a certain situation, that fills my heart. That's like perfect. That's exactly what I want. But anyway, I just wanted to share that story. So anyway, all right. So let's see. Oh, Salama's already asking questions. Good, Salama. I will answer that after in a minute. Debbie, hi, Pop. Enjoy your first birthday as a grandfather, by the way. Did you ever get my message? It's better to email you. Yeah, better to email me. Facebook Messenger, to be honest with you, I only check in every now and then. But yeah, Debbie, Scott@brandcreators.com. Send me that email. And that way there I can make sure that I get to that. I apologize for that. All right, cool. So let's do this. Let's take a sip of coffee. And let's get to it. So the first thing I'm going to share with you guys is an email. And the email I literally just wrote in the other room as I was preparing for this upcoming promotion, which wasn't thought of until Monday night around 7:30 as I was getting ready to watch the Yankees. And I think Monday's game was canceled, or maybe it wasn't. Maybe I was watching. I forget. They just were postponed the other day again because of COVID. And it just hit me. I'm like, my birthday's Thursday. And my wife feels terrible. She's, you're going to be home on your birthday by yourself. And I'm like, yeah, it'll be okay. We'll celebrate when you get back. But yeah, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, it might make a good time for a promotion, right? And so here is the email. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read it to you guys. And you guys might have already seen this, but I'm going to give you a little bit of the play-by-play here, okay? All right. So, all right. This email was a second email. I sent an email yesterday. Now, normally I only send on Mondays, I only send on Wednesdays, and I only send on Fridays. And sometimes I only send on Monday and Fridays, right? But I sent an email on Monday, not even knowing that I was going to do this here, okay? So Monday, I sent out my normal email, as I normally do, and then I sent another email on Tuesday. And I never send out emails on Tuesday unless I have something that can't wait, right? So that couldn't wait. So Tuesday, I sent out an email, and the email actually is this right here that you're reading right here. This was the email I sent out, okay? But this morning, I wanted to send it out again because I know not everyone is going to read the email. Now, I didn't want to just send to the unopens because I wanted to make sure that I could get the people that, even if they open, but the people that didn't open, they could get it too, right? So this is where I would then not use my always send to the unopens method, right? Because I didn't have time, okay? So what I did this morning was I wrote this right here. Yesterday's big news, and then in brackets, in case you missed this, right? So now you're thinking to yourself, if you've already read the email, you might be still curious. If you didn't read the email, you're like, oh, I missed it. I better read this, right? So yesterday's big news, and then in brackets, in case you missed this. Now, the one thing I want to point out is you see here where it's lowercase, that's on purpose, by the way. And the reason is because if I was to write to a friend, I probably wouldn't care about capitalizing. It's kind of like I'm in a hurry. I'm trying to write a friend, right? We look at that a lot of times as we don't have a defense system up, right? It's not a marketing email, okay? So it allows us to look more like a friend would, right? So that's the subject line. Yesterday's big news. Now, if you didn't read my email Monday or Tuesday, then you're going to be like, what was yesterday's big news, right? So now what I do to cover the part of where someone that already read it, it wouldn't be for them. Here's what I did. I just added a little block up top here. And it says, yesterday I sent an email and I wanted to make sure you saw it because it's pretty good news. If you already read it, you can skip this email. Smiley face. It's true. You already know. You already know what's coming. And you've probably, if you're going to take me up on this offer, you're probably going to be ready regardless. Okay. But just in case you need that link one more time, I put it right there. I'll be sending an email tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern time with the special link, or just click here and bookmark this page. Okay. Now that page is going to bring you over to this page, which right now, this is our checklist page. But if you notice at the top, there's a little banner there that says limited time BCA enrollment is July 30th at 9 a.m. Eastern time, only 36 hours. So I decided to do a 36-hour promotion for BCA. And the reason is because we don't do that. We never do that. But why not do it to celebrate something, to celebrate your birthday, to celebrate your kid's birthday? It doesn't matter, right? And so I'm not going to do this all the time. It's not going to become a common thing, but I can do it. And there's a reason why I'm doing it. So if you're ever going to run a promotion, find a reason to have the promotion. Okay. And it's got to be real, right? So in here, I'm going to go ahead and read this. Okay. So it says, okay, so July 30th is a day that I usually don't look forward to because I become a year older, and this year I'll be 48 years old. This Thursday is my birthday, but I'm actually excited because I feel as good as I did when I was 30. Smiley face. As we all know, time doesn't wait for any of us, and that's why I'm so passionate about helping people live a life they want and deserve, and that is true. Okay? So I'm writing from the heart. This is all true. This isn't like manipulation or anything like that. This is real, right? So you are also going to be reading this if you're reading it from my email list and you're like, okay, like, yeah, I like it that he's passionate about helping people, but then I turn it back over to them, right? So it's them envisioning now what it would be like for them or you. Over the years, having an online business has given me a flexible schedule where I never miss time with my family, which is true. And now you're thinking to yourself, I want a flexible schedule and I don't want to miss time with my family. True, right? Like it makes sense. All right. So let me just get to the reason I decided to send this email today, because remember here, I don't send emails on Tuesday generally, unless you didn't open the first one on Monday, then you might get one Tuesday because then that would be sent to the unopens, right? So then I went on and I said, since closing enrollment to BCA, Brand Creators Academy, I've received several people asking if they could join, and the answer has been no, you'll have to wait a few months. It's true. Every time we close it without fail, we have people that email and say, Scott, I missed it for whatever reason. Can you just give me a link to get in? And the answer is always no, because number one, we have to make sure that when we're closed, and you're not going to have people just jumping in and out. Now, we have talked about doing like private invitations, maybe having our members invite people and giving them private invitations. We might do that, but it's not going to be open to the public. Okay. So that is true. So then I went on and I wrote, at this time, we are closed and won't open again for a few months. True. Okay. The good news for you, smiley face. So for my birthday, Thursday, July 30th, I'm opening enrollment for just 36 hours. If you've been on the fence or missed the last enrollment period, be ready this Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern time. This is the link that will go live to enroll. Join BCA here. Okay. So again, if they read this email on Friday, they can still click that link and it says join BCA here. If you go there right now, it's not going to go to the enrollment page. It's going to go here. But tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern time, this page is going to redirect over to the enrollment page. Okay. So that's that. Then under here, I just put a little note. The page currently is for the brand checklist and will automatically switch to the enrollment page. I'm telling them what's going to happen. Okay. Like I said earlier, I'm not usually excited for my birthday, and especially because I'll be turning 48, smiley face. But I personally feel great, both physically and mentally, and my life has a purpose to serve others reach their goals in life too. What's not to be excited about? True. I'm excited. I love life right now. I have a new grandchild. I have a beautiful wife. I've been married 26 years. I've got great kids, successful in their own right now. Like they're just living their life to the fullest. Great people that I'm helping. I've got BCA. I've got our little tribe over there, which I'm really excited about. I've got good friends. Yes, I could be sitting here saying, well, COVID and all of the things that are happening in the world, but I don't really focus on that. I focus on what I can control. And we have like one day at a time, right? One day at a time. Take it one day at a time. All right. Anyway, that's why I'm excited. Okay. So if you've been, so if you want help building your brand, this will be your chance to join me and other brand creators who are pure action takers, which is true. Okay. Inside the academy, action takers. People are taking action every single day. Every single day. If you have any questions, hit reply and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Remember, I'm rooting for you. Let's rock your brand together. Scott. P.S. I also wanted to mention that this week we started releasing the first part of our new course, Email Marketing Accelerator, inside of BCA. It's true. This will be a full course that will eventually be offered later to the public for $4.99. And heck, you know what? It might even be more than that, but I'm going to go $4.99. Our BCA tribe gets access first and free. True. This is just one of our full courses that is available inside. True as well. As a member, you get access to every course we create. Join in, just another reason to join BCA, smiley face. And that's it. Little hyperlink here, one here, and one here. Okay. So that's the email. And that's the thinking behind it. And see how it's all broken down. It's chunked down. But I sent this same email yesterday. The only difference today was this little block. And that's just an excuse for me to be able to send it again, right? And make a little joke here, right? If you already read it, you can skip this email, smiley face, right? So again, I just wanted to share that with you because I think when you're doing email marketing, a lot of times people think it's always sell, sell, sell. And it's not. In this email, I'm kind of selling, but I'm also giving you guys a little bit of a heads up. But before this email, or I'd say on Monday, it wasn't about BCA. It wasn't about this promotion because the promotion didn't exist. Okay. So you do need a reason. You don't want to do one every single week, right? But in this case, I was like, you know what? Let's open it up for 36 hours. We know we've got people that want to come in. They've emailed us. This will be a chance to get them, and we can let other people that might have just came in and maybe they grabbed the playbook and they're like, yeah, I'd love to join, right? So it's a way for us to do that, bring in new members and open it up for 36 hours. So again, that's the email. So just wanted to kind of show you guys a little behind the scenes there on that. And then let me see here. Oh, you know what I should probably do? And I should probably say this, right? If you guys are interested, be ready tomorrow if you're not already in BCA. Okay. And if you go to this link right here, brandcreators.com/join, and you're here live, that's going to take you to the checklist page where we just were. But tomorrow that will go live. Okay. Or if you're watching this on Friday as a replay, that link will be live. If you go there on Saturday, it'll be back to the checklist. Okay. So it's going to open up for 36 hours. So anyway, I thought I would just throw that in there. All right. Now we're going to jump into the landing page. Let's see here. Let me actually answer a few questions here. Derek says, when will you bring the baby back on and your daughter? That won't be until probably after it'll probably be the following Friday. I'll be back there. Okay, this is a good question. How do we show how passionate we are and it benefits them to follow up you on Facebook and other social media platforms? I'm not sure I understand that second part, and it benefits them. Okay, so how do you show up passionate? There's one way that you can do it, and it will instantly show people your passion. Get on video or get on audio. No one can hear the inflection in your voice through an email. Once you hear me, you read my emails, you can hear it, right? You can now hear it, okay? But no one can really understand your passion unless you hear me, right? Like I can sit, like you guys know me by now, but I can sit here and I get fired up, right? If you're passionate about gut health and you're like, there's foods out there that if you eat them, they're going to make you feel like very, very down, or your stomach is going to be just unsettled. It's going to be burning. We need to eat food that's going to help our gut. And the thing is a lot of doctors out there, they're not giving us information. They're going on medicine and they're not going on natural things. You see how I'm saying that? Natural. See how that's just me though, right? But if you're passionate about it, it's got to come through, right? And then once people see you and hear you, they're going to automatically be listening in, right? It's hard for people, even at a party. If I'm at a party, it's hard for people to see me, right, talking to someone that I'm really passionate about, and then they're like, what's he all fired up about over there, right? So people can't really ignore passion if they can hear it and see it. So if you're passionate about something, show up. If I came up and I go, yeah, guys, I really think that you should build a brand because it's really done good for my life, and I really think that if people want freedom, they need to go out and get it. And a way that you can do that is you can build a website And you hear how my tone is, right? No, my tone is like this, right? Like I am excited. And I'm not faking this, by the way. I get literally fired up. My wife sometimes say, Scott, slow down. Like I get talking fast, right? Because when I believe in something so much, I just want to make other people believe it, right? I'm like, why don't you see this, right? So we have to do that. And then Derek says, I like what you said. You have purpose to serve others. Yes. And don't forget the coffee. I won't. All right, we're going to move on to the landing page. And then we're going to wrap this up. All right, let me get over to that other screen. Here we go. All right, cool. All right, here we go. So this here is one of our members inside the Academy, Karen, and this is her company, Willoughbean & Co., where fun and learning begin. Want to know what your child should learn in preschool, and then these 3 images, and then I have to scroll. This is what we call a landing page, guys. Okay, there's no navigation bar. There's nothing else for me to do other than go here and get the checklist. Okay. So here's what that's what I like about this page. That's one thing I like about it. What I don't like about it is this here is taking up real estate that I have to then scroll. Okay. So now everyone's desktop's going to be different. Mobile is going to be different, right? But right now I have to scroll to see this. Okay. So I don't like that I have to scroll. So I would make this smaller, and again, I don't think we necessarily need the logo. And if you do, maybe put it up here, maybe small. I think more than anything, the kids' pictures is more important than the logo. Like I said before, guys, people don't care about us. They care about themselves or their kids. So they're going to see this and they're going to be like, oh, my kid. They're going to think immediately of their kid, or if they're a teacher, their students, right? So I think this here too gets lost, right? This here, it's too small. Get your checklist is great. It needs to be bigger. Okay. The headline needs to be bigger here. Okay. I do like that it's asking a question because, but I think it's also disconnected, right? So we have this here, and then I see pictures, and then I see this, right? So I think, honestly, I would get rid of all of this, and I would just add a small image, maybe even a square image off to the left or the right, and bring this up, right? So if I was to, and I can't really do it on here, is I would split this page in half, and I would have a graphic over on the left or right, either or, and then I would take this box and I would put it over here or over here. So this way here, I don't have to scroll. But if you're asking a question, then you need to give them an answer, right? So want to know what your child should learn in preschool? If you do, download our exclusive checklist that will allow you to know exactly what your preschoolers need to learn, right? Download the checklist here, right? That would be better. So again, I think this is disconnected. Again, this isn't bold enough. This isn't big enough. I think it needs to be more than just bold too. I think it needs to be bigger letters. And then I think you need to have that follow-up response. Want to know what your child should learn in school, or struggling to know what your child needs to learn in preschool, right? Here, download our ultimate checklist that will give you exactly what they need to learn on a daily basis or something like that. Get your checklist here, right? And so the copy here, get your free preschool skills checklist and receive weekly tips and worksheets. I don't know that we need that either. If you want to leave it, you can. The biggest thing here is that. The other thing that might make a good image would be an actual nice picture of the checklist, right? Give them a sample of what that checklist would look like. So it could be, the kid's picture, and then maybe the image of the checklist off to the other side of it, so they can kind of see, because a lot of times people want to see what they're getting, right? So again, this is just one example here. This is one landing page that Karen shared. Here's the next one. Okay. Want to know what your child should learn in preschool? So it's pretty much the same page. This one here looks like it's a skills checklist. This one here is this is a skill. This is the same thing. So just two, Karen. So is this just two separate pages, two different ones that you built? Because this says preschool skills checklist. This one here just says checklist. So this one here, a little bit better. This is bigger. I like that. The one thing, again, I'm scrolling. I am seeing this here, so I'm fine with that. But the text is over the kid's face. So I would probably take this image and flip it. And if you went into, even Canva can do this. If you bring that image into Canva and just flip it, it'll basically just do a rotation, and you just flip it horizontally. And then the kid will be looking at the opt-in box too, the email opt-in form. So I would recommend taking that image, flipping it for sure, and then having that text be on its own, right? Or you could even take this image and you could make the one side, like you can have like a white gradient go over top of it. And I could probably, I could probably do something just to show what I mean. I can't do it right now, but maybe, Karen, what I'll do is I'll actually share this inside of the Academy, and I can maybe take this image and do what I'm talking about. But it's hard to read when it's over the kid's face. It's a little distracting being over the kid's face. So I would rather have this flipped over on this side and then maybe have a white gradient that would go over top of it. So almost like white to the image, right? But it's like a fade in a sense. And then I do like here how you have it where it says send me the checklist, not subscribe or join or any of that stuff. I don't like that. Download your free preschool skills checklist here and receive weekly tips and worksheets. I think it's fine that you put that in there. The main thing that they're downloading, though, is the free preschool skills checklist, right? And I think in this case, it probably would be good to show an image of it or maybe test it. And if you're driving traffic to this, I would test this one versus maybe this one that would have the form maybe on the left or the right, and then an image of the kid also with the checklist. But I would definitely make this bigger. This is fine. And then, like I said, this here is okay as well. But I think I would move that around. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is go to the home page. So this is the home page of Willowbean & Co., where fun and learning begin. I love that little tagline. Perfect. So right away, if I scroll, we have this right here, which is fine. Get your free preschool skills checklist, your first name, your email address, send me the checklist. Okay. I like that. This is the home page. We have this here because I think we got to get rid of where it says home. And there's a way to do that inside. I think you're using WordPress, maybe not, but you should be able to get rid of that where it says home. The other thing is this up here. I don't know if we need all the social stuff here. That will also eliminate you having to scroll. So if we get rid of this and put it maybe, I don't know, you can put that somewhere else. You can put that maybe down here or something. But what that's doing is it's also, anytime you put stuff up here, it's basically pushing everything down. And then this is what we call above the fold. So this is everything I see when I come to this page. In order to see any more, I got to scroll, right? Then I see this, right? So, and then the latest from the blog. So I'm going to click in here real quick, see what this does. Okay. Oh, that's cute. Fun with science. Great picture. Good little blog post. Observing. Now, the one thing I don't see on here, Karen, is I'm here. I'm scrolling. Okay. This is good. Good image there. I like that. Share. Leave reply. I would disengage this. I would take this and turn this off. When your site is that new, you're generally not going to get a lot of replies. The other thing is I would probably say put a sidebar area over here. And in that sidebar, you could have your social icons at the top in its own little widget. And then you would have your opt-in form over here too to say download the free preschool skills checklist. That would be there always. So any post that you create will have that. And then the other thing I would probably do is for new people that come here is I would have a pop-up. So what would happen is once I'm on this page for 5 seconds, the screen will kind of go gray or dark, and then a little box will pop up and go, download our free preschool skills checklist. And then you would have the opt-in form there. And that will only maybe show every 30 days to that same visitor. That's just something else you can do. The other thing I'm noticing is I'm seeing a shopping cart here. I don't know if we need that there. There should be a way to disengage that as well. But yeah, I mean, overall, it looks great. I like the formatting. It's easy to read. It's good images. It keeps me entertained. It keeps me interested. So all of that stuff is good. And we'll go back to the home page, and then here we are. The other thing is you can use like a hello bar at the very top, which then would say download our free preschool. Anywhere you can put it, you want to put that there because that's your lead magnet, right? And that's your opt-in page or your landing page. All right. That will then either bring them to one of these pages over here, right? But if I click on this, I want this easier for me to see this. And the same thing here. I would just take this image, flip it, make a white gradient over top of it so you can see all of this. Yeah, get your free preschool skills checklist. Yeah, I think overall it's pretty good. The one thing I want to point out that for anyone that's looking to build a landing page, what I want you to take away is this page has one purpose, and that's it. Okay. That is to collect the name and email address. That's it. And you don't always need to use the person's first name too. You can just say, enter your email. Where do you want us to send it? That's it. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you is, well, I can go back to this. So for example, normally this isn't here. Okay. This is here just because tomorrow this is happening, right? So anybody that goes to that link right now is going to see that, but normally it's going to look like that. Okay. So there's my landing page, and my landing page basically says the simple 3-step process to validate the potential of your niche in minutes without wasting a ton of time and money, because people want to validate the potential of their niche. They don't want to spend a ton of time doing it, right? So this is basically saying this is a 3-step process. You're going to be able to do it in minutes, and you're not going to have to waste time and money, right? And then right below the video is me explaining what the checklist is. And then it just says sign up to get the free cheat sheet, name, email, send it to me now. Boom, done. That's the page, right? So not a lot going on. It's even just a white background, okay? And the video. Now we did test this with the image of the actual checklist. Now we're testing it with the video, and we still don't know the results yet. It's been too early. But we're testing that to see, does a video do better than, just a static image? I don't know. We'll find out. Typically the video will do better, but not always. So anyway, that's what we're doing there. So any questions on this, guys, before we wrap up today? Let me unshare that, come back. Let's see. Okay. What is your recommendation? This is Derek. What is your recommendation of continuing education on your passion? Should we self-educate and reduce spending on courses? That is books, courses. Well, okay. If you're learning how to play guitar and you are a little bit further than a beginner, then you can teach what you know up to that point. But if you want to be a master at doing guitar solos, then you're probably going to work on that, right? And then you would probably want to have a coach or a trainer or someone that could show you, or maybe it's a course that you buy that helps you learn how to play, solos faster, right? And then you're going to take that, and then you're just going to reteach what you learned, okay? And you're going to show how you learned this, right? Now you're not copying what they're doing. You're just going to pick up things along the way, right? Like I've picked up so much information over the years from courses, but I very rarely now really invest in these types of courses, right? Because I've already done a lot of that. Now, have I joined like high level, where I'm connected with other people that are building their own brands? Yes, because I want to see inside of other people's businesses and how they're applying certain things, right? That's why Brand Creators Academy is so powerful, right? And it's why I learned so much from being part of that, because it's showing me what other people are doing in other niches, right? And then we're able to test and tweak and do all those things. So I would say if there's something that you need to learn right now, learn that if it's going to help you with what you're passionate about, so you can then get good at it. And then who knows, teach it further, right? So that's what I would recommend there, Derek. Oh, okay. Karen says 2 different examples of the same thing. That's what those lead magnets were, or those landing pages. Perfect. And again, I can't say for sure which one would convert better. You'd have to test it. But I would probably lean on the one of the big image, and then I would just flip that and do a gradient and see how that works. I would probably test that one first. Let's see. Oh, we couldn't get it over the text box over to the right. Oh, you mean you couldn't move it? You couldn't move that, the text box over to the right? What are you using, by the way? Is that a ConvertKit page, Karen? Yes, we transferred to WordPress. Awesome. So that's WordPress that I was just viewing that on. Is it better to use a tried and true email service provider or something else if it was a one-time fee? How do you back your emails captured when you change email? I wouldn't. Yeah, honestly, that's one thing I wouldn't play around with. The more times that you build a list and then transfer it, build a list and transfer it, it starts to become complicated because, and I've done it several times and I do not recommend doing it. And what I'm saying is when you re-upload a list to another provider, another email provider, that provider is not just going to automatically let you start sending emails because they don't want you to hurt their servers, right? So they don't know where your emails came from. They don't know how you captured them, right? So the cool thing about ConvertKit is they have a pretty extensive process for even letting you use their service, okay? They're not just going to let anyone because they want their deliverability to be high, okay? So just understand if you're using like a free type service like that. Now, ConvertKit has a free plan, by the way. It just doesn't allow you to do certain things like the autoresponder. It'll let you send, I believe, broadcast messages, but not autoresponders. But yeah, I don't know. That's one thing I don't think I would play around with, to be honest. Let's see. Oh, my VA did those for me, so not sure. Okay. I think it's ConvertKit. I think those pages are ConvertKit. But inside of the Academy, Karen, we can do more in this. I would like to maybe even have Chris get access to your ConvertKit account, and maybe we can get in there and actually see what page you used, what are the elements to it, and see if we can maneuver them and move them around a little bit. But I'm pretty sure you can. Inside of the new training, by the way, Karen, we actually showed how we built a landing page in ConvertKit. So if you haven't watched that video yet, watch that video. You'll also see, Karen, and anyone else, there's free tools out there that will build or that will create a guide, a cover of a guide that looks really professional. I actually shared that inside the Academy in the email marketing accelerator module 1, actually week 1. So that's in there. I'd recommend doing that, Karen, taking your page or your checklist, using something like Canva, making it look a little bit prettier. And then from there, turning that into a cool cover or a graphic, make it look good. Because people, I mean, let's face it, they always say like, your first impression is everything, right? Well, you want that cover to look good, right? And you want your download to look good. So just make sure that you pay notice to that. Yeah, watch that, Karen. Like I said, we just finished up week 1. There's a lot of building the page in there, connecting everything, but you don't really need all that. You just need the build. And we actually did one inside of ConvertKit using one of their templates, and then just how you maneuver things. So I think that the one that we used will probably work perfect for what you're trying to do. So make sure that you do that. All right, so that is going to wrap up this little session here today. I did want to say this Friday, we're going to do a jam session. Okay. And I would love to know what you would like the theme to be about. I'm thinking we'll probably stay in the email marketing realm here. If you guys have any questions that you want me to answer on anything, but preferably right now, email marketing of some kind, let's do that. All right. Just drop it in the comments and we will go ahead and we'll make that our jam session. All right. So this Friday is our jam session. This Friday will also be the day that Brand Creators Academy will be open. So actually Thursday and then Friday, we're going to be closing at midnight. So again, if you're interested in joining us, well, starting tomorrow, the old birthday bash is going to get kicked off. And if you did want to join us, be ready and go to that link, brandcreators.com/join. If you go there right now and it's before Thursday, 9 a.m. Eastern time, it'll go to the checklist page. And then from there, it will get redirected over to the enrollment page. So make sure that you do that if you're interested in joining us. All right, guys. So that is it. That's going to wrap up this little coffee talk. Make sure you're back here Friday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern time. And we're going to do our Friday jam session. And yeah, I'll answer all of your questions there that Friday. All right, guys, that's it. That's going to wrap it up. As always, take care, take action, and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.